Hello, welcome to Greeklish Outdoors. Today we are looking at the OEX EMBA Firestick and Whistle. So, stick around. Now, I love a camping and survival gadget, and I saw this online and I thought I'd like to give it a try. It obviously states it's a Firestick and Whistle. Two things which are very useful in the survival situations: the whistle to attract attention to yourself if you're trying to be rescued, and the fire stick to try and generate a fire to keep you warm. Now today we're going to be testing out both those features. I'm going to give you my overall opinion on its quality, construction, and its value for money. First up, let's take a closer look. So there's the OEX EMBA Fire Stick and Whistle. I've never had anything before from OEX, so this is going to be a first for me. It looks cool. It looks like it'd fit into your pocket, bag, or on your keys very easily. If we turn it over, it states on the back the features: essential survival fire starter and whistle, magnesium flint creates sparks in all weathers, integral whistle for use in emergencies. And it even gives you instructions how to use. All this is nothing new for all those out there who have used fire steels before, but it comes in quite a nice little compact little package. So although I bought this in the UK, I've actually been testing it out over the last 2 or 3 weeks here in Greece. It's a very basic little survival item in the fact there are really only two features, which are the whistle and, if we unscrew it, there is a fire steel, which you see I've been using already. So it does come with a spare ferrocene rod, which is very good to prolong the life of this tool. Before I fully demonstrate this, let's have a few facts and figures. So the OEX EMBA Fire Stick and Whistle is made from a mixture of materials including steel, aluminium and magnesium. The dimensions are 1 by 10 centimeters and it weighs just 20 grams. You can buy this from several vendors online. I purchased mine from Go Outdoors. I'll discuss the price a little bit later on. Let's see just how effective each of these elements of this survival tool are. First up, the whistle. So now I'm within a meter of the camera, so obviously you're going to hear a loud whistle. If I walk further back, we're about 10 meters away. However, this is an emergency tool and it needs to carry that sound much further if it's going to be effective. So I'm going to walk from my location here approximately 80 meters up the hill through the trees to the top of that hill, and from there I will blow the whistle twice. Hopefully on the other camera you're going to be able to hear this whistle. First, let's get up this hill. Right, let's give it a go. Right, let's head back down again. So, did you hear it? So from about 80 meters away up a slight hill with the wind blowing into the direction where I was, not towards the camera, you could definitely hear it on the microphone, which is very good. So 80 meters away, definitely can hear it. I think that because I wasn't even blown on it as hard as I could, this thing will carry for 100, 200 meters, maybe even more, especially when you get higher up in the mountains. This thing will kind of echo into the valley. So I think as an emergency attention seeker, it's pretty good. Definitely much better than you shouting or whistling yourself. But next, how good is that fire steel? Can we actually create some sparks from this? All right, so let's unscrew this. What did you use to strike the fire steel, I hear you ask? Well, you can use the end of the whistle. This is metal, it'll scratch and generate a spark. Let's give it a go now. I've got some alcohol hand gel in here which should light up, but first let's see if we can get some sparks. Right, let's see if we can actually light this alcohol hand gel. It's quite difficult using the end. So with a proper knife, you can quite easily generate some sparks. Unfortunately, it's quite windy today and this alcohol hand gel is not lighting up. It's not high enough alcohol, to be honest, anyway. You see the sparks definitely coming off it. Like I said, you can use the end of this to generate sparks too. It's just a little bit more difficult to angle the sparks onto something. It's made some nice powder burns on my knife, but it does generate a spark. As I said, it's not quite as easy using the back of the whistle, as there's not much surface area there and it's quite difficult. Yes, you can see me here. I can generate a spark, it's just difficult to angle it to any tinder. But, as I said, in an emergency it would work. I just prefer a knife. Luckily for me, in Greece, I carry a knife almost everywhere I go. Of course, within the legal limits. So, that is a pass. You might be thinking, oh, well and good, but it is just a whistle and a Firestick. How much does it cost? Well, from Go Outdoors in the UK, I paid £10 for this. You can buy it on other places online and the prices do creep up to about £15. So what's that, about $20, 18 euros, something like that. Of course, in other countries the prices will vary, but I don't think it's too bad. It is lightweight, it doesn't take any room up, it just sits in my side pocket with the rest of my everyday carry items. It's light, it does have a very loud whistle. You might not have heard it on the camera, but when I actually blew this at the top of the hill, every dog in this local area started barking. So it does attract attention. The Firestick, yes, it is thin and you will wear it out fairly quickly if you're using it on a regular basis, but it's a kind of emergency item. I wouldn't say this is an everyday usage item. It's definitely something for emergencies. But of course, as I said before, they do give you a spare Firestick. So if you're using it occasionally, it might last you quite some time. Some of you might be thinking it's overpriced because you can get a whistle and a Firestick separately for probably a £5. But it's lightweight, it's all in one piece. You get 2 Firesticks per whistle. If I had something negative to say about this, is the fact that the second Firestick can't be stored within the whistle itself. You have to carry it separately. And if I'm being honest, I've already lost mine. The second part is that little striker on the end. As you see, it's wiggling. There is a kind of a screw or a kind of Allen key kind of hole there, which you can loosen or tighten, and that bit does come off. It has come off on its own a couple of times in my pocket, and therefore you're at risk of losing potentially the only way of you striking that Firestick. It does require like a mini screwdriver or a mini Allen key or hex key to actually tighten this back up again. So that is a slight negative. However, overall, as I said, it's in my pocket, it's going to stay in my pocket. It is a loud whistle, it is an emergency Firestick, which I think is quite useful. So yeah, for me, I think it's worth it. Let me know what you thought of this in the comment section below. I hope you found this short video somewhat useful. But for now, thanks for watching, take care, much love, see you next time.